What's going on, everyone? Tech Me Out here, and in this video I'm going to be giving you a quick overview of the new Samsung Galaxy S8 and Galaxy S8 Plus, along with my personal impressions of it and which one, if either one, I plan on getting. Before I even begin this video, I definitely want to give a huge thank you to Joel, JBTech17. I'm gonna link his channel below. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have some of this hands-on footage that I'm about to show you. He also has an awesome tech channel and was there at the Galaxy S8 event. I'm gonna link his channel down below for you. So what we pretty much have are two options: the Galaxy S8 and Galaxy S8 Plus. Now, what I respect and like that Samsung did here is that they kept pretty much everything the same between these two options, with the main differences being that the S8 packs a 5.inch AMOLED display and the S8 Plus has a 6.2-inch display. And the batteries, of course, are also different, with the Galaxy S8 packing a 3000 milliamp option and the Plus version with the 3500 milliamp option. Therefore, the cameras, processors, and all the other things are the same between these two phone choices. So this is nice because then you can truly pick a device based upon how it feels in hand, or maybe for one that has the better battery for you, without per se having to choose because one of the devices has a better camera or another dedicated feature that's made exclusive to that one device when it could also be offered on the other. So when you pick whichever device you want, you're really picking it mainly for the battery or the size. Now, when it comes to color options, you also have a few choices here as well. You can choose between the Orchid Gray, Arctic Silver, Coral Blue, Maple Gold, and my personal favorite, Midnight Black. So what I really like that Samsung did with this particular phone is that they did not try to color match the bezels of the front of the device with the color of the back of the device. So regardless of which color option you get, the front of the phone will be black. I can't say the same for many other manufacturers out there. For example, even Samsung before this one. With the Galaxy Edge here, the back of the phone is silver and the front of the phone is silver as well. So that's not the case with the new Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus. Whatever color you get, you don't have to worry about them trying to match the front of the device with it. You can still keep a black frame. And for me, that's major because I know personally, one of the main reasons that I even get a black phone is that the bezels of the phone are going to be black as well. And I kind of look at it like I do a TV. I would not want to watch a TV with a white frame around it, around the image or anything like that. So applying that same theory to my phone, I definitely want a black bezel if at all possible. So thank you, Samsung, for doing that with this option. Hopefully other companies follow suit. And while we are talking about bezels, there aren't really here on either device, which is going to give it a more sleek and futuristic look. It's like the display spills into the back of it, as they have slimmed things down a bit width-wise and increased things height-wise. So something that's really impressive, especially when you take the Galaxy S8 Plus and stack it up against an iPhone 7 Plus, is that size. The size comparison between these two is quite interesting. So the Galaxy S8 Plus has a 6.2-inch display, and it's just ever so slightly taller than the iPhone 7 Plus, which has a 5.5-inch display. And on top of that, the new Galaxy S8 Plus is slightly slimmer than the iPhone 7 Plus. So although the screen, or display rather, is taller, it still seems like it might potentially fit better in hand than an iPhone 7 Plus. That's really interesting when you think. I mean, it starts to make the iPhone 7 Plus look gigantic, even though the display and screen of this one is larger. So it's like these companies are starting to kind of take advantage of, the screen real estate here by slimming down the bezels or getting rid of them, and in turn making the displays larger. And I don't know if you all noticed, but they also rounded the corners of the screen on this one as well to create a more pleasing and I think immersive experience. Now, along the bottom of the device, you're going to have your typical back button and multitask view, with the home button that's going to provide feedback when you press it to simulate a button. Much like Taptic Engine on the iPhone. I know I've heard people talk about it in videos and such, but I'm a hands-on person. I gotta see for myself exactly what this feels like. However, of course, with choices like this, the physical home button, or rather fingerprint scanner, then had to be sacrificed, or rather rearranged in terms of where we normally would find it. So now it is along the back of the phone, right next to the camera. And I don't know, I'm really interested to see how that's gonna be to have to reach pretty much towards the left-hand side of my device. And it makes me wonder if it could have been maybe placed on the right-hand side, as that would be less of a reach, or maybe even below the camera so that it's, I don't know, more centered. I don't know, I just really wonder why they chose that particular area to put the fingerprint scanner. Now, something else I'm curious about in terms of how I'm gonna like it is the Bixby button. Like Bixby, of all names, that just is like Bixby. I don't know how I feel about the name alone. But pretty much on the new Galaxy S8 and Galaxy S8 Plus, there is a dedicated button for a somewhat Google-like assistant or Siri-like assistant. So when you press this dedicated button, it's gonna pull up a card view, much like Google Now, of relevant and useful information. Plus, it can also perform commands, so you can say, you know, take a picture, and it will actually go ahead and pull up your camera. Things like that. Samsung has even reached as far as saying that anything that you could normally do with a touch, you will now be able to do with voice using Bixby. So that's a pretty big claim, and I'm really interested to see if Bixby can back up this statement, especially considering there is a whole button on the device dedicated to it, which I honestly hope can be reprogrammed in the event that Bixby is a big disaster. And of course, because it is a Galaxy, you can expect tons of other features, some which were mentioned, like the ability to unlock the phone with your face, quick charging, wireless charging, new icons and a cleaner layout, edge access much like you would find on the Galaxy Edge, and the ability to dock your phone like a computer using something called DeX. Some other things to also note is that with it you'll find a dual SIM tray, which is going to give you not only the option to put into SIM cards, but also use it for expandable storage. Both devices also have Bluetooth 5.0, therefore you'll be able to pair two Bluetooth devices and have independent controls of the volume for each device. I don't know, some of you might find that useful. And also bundled with every phone is a $100 pair of AKG headphones. So I was curious which device between the two were you all interested in the most, and I put out a poll on Twitter. A lot of you responded, and quite honestly, most of you said neither, which honestly surprised me a little bit. And I don't know, maybe if that's because there's a lot of iPhone users that were responding, or maybe some of you just weren't impressed with the new Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus. But aside from those that said neither, for those that did actually vote on one of the two devices, the S8 Plus had the interest of most of you, and that is the same one that also has the interest of myself as well. So I did pre-order the Galaxy S8 Plus Midnight Black version. I'm definitely going to be giving you all some coverage on it, so be sure to hit that subscribe button. That way you can be updated as soon as I drop that video. And if you happen to make it this far in the video and you have not yet hit the like button, please go ahead and do so now before you get up out of here. And for those that did not vote on Twitter, let me know down below in the comments section, which device are you interested in most? The Galaxy S8 or Galaxy S8 Plus, or neither?